Okay, so we are going to make a vray render, interior and exterior. So first of all, we need to create our building. By default, Maya has a setting of centimeter on its unit. Let's just use for now meter. So we will not have a lot of numbers here. Let's say 6 for the width and depth, 3 meters for the height. For the translate, let's have 1.5 on Y, and let's zero this out. So it will be in the center of the grid. Let's layer that and reference that object. Let's turn on the wireframe so we can see those sides. And we will make a door. Let's say the width is 1 meter, 2 meter for the height, and the depth. Let's say anyway, the depth is not important here. Let's center that. Center the grid. Those loops there. Oops. And let's make another one to be a guide for the window. Let's say the width is 1.2, the height is 1 meter, the depth is not important. Place it here, freeze transform, move it there, -2. Just up, say 1 meter. So again, insert edge loop, edge loop, edge loop. So it's just a guide. Let's move it back there. Select this, select this, delete that. We are in the front view. Select faces. Deselect this. So you can select the lower part. Extract that. History. Please transform. Center pivot point. And this is the floor. There. Let's change the background. And that's okay. I will just use this. I have this custom tab that I made. I have here some shortcuts. So the normals is facing down. Need to make it reverse it there. But sometimes you can extrude this. This Maya extrusion thickness unit is based on centimeter. Let's try 10. So this is 10 centimeter. Let's reference that so we will not accidentally move it. Let's just hide this. Save that. So let's say it's just a building. So we're done with this. We need to have a camera there. Scale that out. Another one. So the first camera, or whichever that you want, we can look through selected. Maybe here is a good view. You need to turn on these resolution gate. So we need to have two panels here, so you can see the camera view and you can work on the perspective view. There you go. Let's turn on again the wireframe so we can see it. Let's hide that for now. So you have one camera here and one camera here. While this is selected, you can look through selected. So if you move this, you can see the inside. Tuk, 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 tuk. And let's have its gizmo in object mode. Let's see if you change this. The translate of this, and the translate will be based in the world, and if you change it to object, it will be based on the camera itself. That's pretty handy. So you're seeing black inside of the wall because the normals is on the face normal is facing outside. We need to, I think we need to just we will just extrude that. So we can also have thickness, let's say 20. I think we better extrude going inside. Let's just make this negative. And just reverse the normal again. Yeah. So this camera now is facing inside the interior. Again, let's start on this resolution gate. Regarding camera example, I will select it again. It has two tabs here. This is the attribute, and on the attribute editor there are two tabs. The first one is where you can see the translate, rotate, and scale, and on the second tab you have the properties of the camera itself. So this camera has 35 focal length. If you try to change it to 30, it will widen its view. So the more you decrease the value of this, the more objects you will see on the screen, but try not to lower too much because it will distort the perspective, but it will depend on how you will use it. For me, I'll use 30, maybe 25. Okay, so let's just place these two cameras in a layer. So again, we will not accidentally remove that. And we have some history. These are the histories of your objects. So if you delete that, it will make it will make your Maya program work faster. But for objects like, simple objects like this, it doesn't matter for now. But if you have a lot of objects and you have a lot of history here for that objects, it will create a lag on your in the performance of your Maya in your program. So that's the point of deleting those histories there. Okay, so this has a few history on it. Let's just rename this. So I will not guess every time I turn that on and off. This is the wall. And again, there. Save it, and Right now, we can light this. Okay, but before we light this up, we need to assign shader for these objects. Okay, so this is the floor. Okay, regarding vray, let's go to vray now. This vray tab is not by default here. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you have your vray plugin. You need to go to Windows, Setting, Preferences, Plugin Manager. You need to go down and on this tab you will see vray for Maya. This is already loaded for me because I am using it. Let's close that. This here on the render setting, you need to select vray there, and for the common, this is where you select the size of the render. For now it's HD 540. There are a lot of settings here that you will use later on, but for now, for testing purposes, let's just use HD 540. And the settings tab here, let's skip some of this. Let's just go here, and you need to look for this vray UI. This is where this tab came from. If you click this, and by default you don't have vray and you have just installed it, there is no vray tab here. You need to go here to create those shelf. So this is the one that creates the shelf. So that's it. And okay, so also here on the setting tab we have a system, and you need to go down. If you check this low thread priority, you can work multiple tasks, like working on Photoshop and other 3D softwares while you are rendering, because this will treat the rendering calculation like it will balance the calculation. So your CPU will have more, I mean a balance calculation for all the stops running in the system. So it's a good thing to turn this on. Okay, so that's it. Let's close that. So before we okay, so this is the tab. Let me check how many minutes this recording is. Where is that? I am new to the software. I don't know where it is, but anyway, let's just continue that. Okay, let's start to just create texture for this, or a shader. Let's select this, and this is the a very standard shader. Let's assign that there. Let's just rename it as well, and just let's make it white for now. And the floor, again, assign any shader wall. Oh, sorry, floor. Let's change the color to, let's say, red. Okay, let's just make it white. After assigning a shader, you need to create a vray sun. Hit number 4 so you can see the inside of the geometry. When I created the sun, by default this is placed here, so just drag it out. We need to open the outliner. This vray sun is this one. So it is like a group of translate. It has a translate it's kind of grouped here. So if you want to move it there, because moving this part is different while moving here, okay, moves the whole sun. By the way, it doesn't matter where you place this, even here, there, or where you want it. But the purpose of just moving it away from the object is for you not to accidentally, move it or translate it. What's important for the sun is that the positioning of this. For example, you place it like this, so the shadow of the object will fall here. Okay. By the way, let's use the world positioning of these handles. So again, if you move it there, the shadow will fall there. It's like it behaves like a real world sun. And if you drag it, for example, let's drag it down like this. Um, the behavior of the environment will change also, like the color of the background will be orange. It's like, afternoon or morning. So be mindful of that this can change how the temperature also of your environment will have. So right now, let's just assign this to a layer here. Let's just name it. This is physical sun, so let's just rename it like that. Now, right now we have the sun. We also need the sky, but the sky, I will add it later so we can see the effect of this. Let's have a tool panel. Let's close this for now, and let's select camera 2 there. So if we will hit render, okay, so we are seeing nothing because I think the camera is the wall blocks the camera. This one. Let's move it forward. Let's. I will close this like like that, and then let's render that. Okay, it's again not showing anything. Forward that. Okay, so what is happening here? Let's check this camera one. Let's try to render that. There you go. Okay, so what happens is that it's too dark inside. We're not seeing anything really in the inside. Let's stop this render, and it's because of the sun distance. Let's try to there. And then let's go back to the let's try to IPR that. Okay. So this is what it's just showing because of there is no global illumination happening on the environment because this is just a sun that has a rays. So what we need to do is to add an environment or a sky for this. So this is the second step. You see this, it's like an icon of a sky. You need to click this. Then there. Okay, let's select the second camera. Let's just move there. So you are seeing this that it doesn't look right. So we undergo this step to show you that there is a big difference of that the camera we are using right now is not dedicated to be used in V-Ray. So again, I will stop this, and you see we have this camera too, and it has an attribute here, and here on the second tab, this is what I had shown you before. You need to go to the attributes here at the top, and you need to make this camera as a physical camera. And let's close this, and again I will just show you this is now checked, and then you need to open this tab and just click this. For now, let's just turn that on. These options will make the camera a very physical camera. So okay, let's just make a render now. So you can see the big difference of a V-Ray camera to an ordinary camera. So right now there is no light inside. That's why we are just seeing the outside and a few of these areas that which the sun reaches. Okay. So this is a good example now to show while this is on IPR mode. I will create this light. This light is standard V-Ray rectangular light. So let me zoom it in. So okay, let's position this as if this is a ceiling light. And let me scale it. Let's hit number 4 so we can see those light where it's positioning right now. Let's scale it up for a little. There. Now it's in the almost in the ceiling. I think it's for now let's just keep it there. And now it's not adding too much here. And I think we need to re-IPR this one. Let's save it. Let's save it 02. Excuse me. And then IPR it again. So it's not adding up right there in the scene. This multiplier, okay, let's go to its attributes. Right now, nothing is happening because V-Ray operates in centimeter. So before we change this to meter, let's bring it back to centimeter. Save. Let's close the IPR and IPR that again. So there is a few now that you see. Light. There is a change in the light right now. And these units we can use watts. If you have idea on, if you have a bulb in your living room and you have, if you buy on hardware those kinds of light that has 60 watts, let's try it here. There you go. So that's it. If you have 100 watts light, it's better, which is almost the standard now. So it's very easy to understand that, if you have one light in the living room, this is 6 meter by 6 meter. You can see there's no noise here. There is, but not of an ugly noise. It means that by these simple settings for now, you can see that you are progressing correctly and properly. Um, okay, so let's check the wall. So there is nothing to change here for now. Let's just keep that shader attributes by default. Okay, so let's see. Let's change this. Maybe okay. Let's change this position of the camera, or we can change it here. Our camera focal length is distorted. If we select it here, we have 25. Let's try 30. Okay. So let's stop this one now. And let's try to have. So right now we have HD 540. We will not change this. We will change this later if we have completed all the settings, so we can save energy. Right now we have this kind of render. There is more to it. Okay, let's render that. That's it. So it renders, you can see the setting here, this percent icon. You can see it renders 6.7 seconds. Not very bad. I mean, not bad. It's kind of fast, really. So next is to make it better, because our object, the wall is white, right? So this is gray. If we will go back to this vray tab, you need to look for this icon, this one, the third to the last. It will open this quick vray setting. What this quick setting do is that there is a preset for the render setting that you don't need to change again and again, and it really helps a lot, especially when you are new to the software. So let's click this and let's just choose this interior, because we are rendering interior right now, and nothing to change here. It is all set, and then let's close that. Let's save this here, and let's say 1. Then again, let's render that. So that is the difference. Let's save that. Um, okay, so okay, so it's white now. Looks very nice. So it renders only again. Let's close this again. It renders faster because the setting helps a lot in rendering. So let me check first the length of this video, because I will cut it later. So where is that? Where is the time here? I don't know. Oh, it's 30 minutes already. Okay, let me cut this here and we will go back to another video so that we can continue making this look great.